The Dragon Ball Super Broly movie is the best anime movie of all time. Of course, in my opinion. This is my video, this is my thoughts. And what a way to start the video by saying that. What is going on, my Super Sandwiches? Rhymestyle here, and last night I got the opportunity to go watch Dragon Ball Super Broly at a LA premiere. As you guys know, the movie did come out officially in Japan. It comes out in the rest of the world around January. I believe in the US it's January 16th. Get your tickets now, because they might sell out. So I decided I'm going to sit down and talk about it. Now, obviously there's going to be spoilers in here because I thought about how can I talk about this movie and my feelings of it without revealing too much, and it's kind of impossible. And I figured I'm just going to toss out a spoiler warning. If you don't want to know, then I guess skip the video. I know a lot of people have already had the movie spoiled for them by just looking at all the details and the plot and stuff like that. So I'm just going to let you have it all, like tell you everything about it and how I felt when certain things happen in the movie. So if you're okay with that, keep watching. If not, it's your last chance to leave. So first things first, again, if you enjoy the videos, in fact, if you're hyped for the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, make sure you hit that thumbs up. In the comment section below, let me know any questions you might have or your overall thoughts about the movie or anything that you wanted to get out there down below as well. So, what do you think about this movie? Well, as I said, it's the best anime movie of all time in my opinion because it was a ride. It was a massive ride. And my first thought was maybe this is just a hype talk because obviously the movie just came out last night. It's really easy to be all like excited when you watch something new because I was excited when Battle of Gods came out. I was super hyped when Resurrection F came out. When I watched this movie, when it first came out and I went home, I was like, I love these. But then like over time I realized, well, do I still love them? Do they like live up to the standards of a movie? And they've been kind of here and there. I mean, I still love Battle of Gods. Resurrection F to me has kind of fallen off just because I feel like I had a lot of issues with it. But overall though, the movies at the time are entertaining. But this is not it. The DBS Broly movie offers so much more. And from start to finish, it doesn't feel like it's too slow. It doesn't feel like it's dragging on. Everything that they do just makes sense and they execute it so well. There's also a lot of questions that some of you guys might have, like for example, the Bardock aspect. Like, how is Dragon Ball Minus? Like, I hate the fact that, you know, they took Bardock and they took away his rebellion. They do it right in this. In my opinion, Bardock came even more cooler last night in this movie than he was before. And that says something because Bardock was already so cool. So, to give you some examples, by the way, before I also keep talking. As you guys know me, I was never a big fan of the original Broly movies. I never liked them. I just hated the fact that like they did stuff like taking Prince Vegeta, or Vegeta in this case, and they made him a punk. In the first Broly movie, he was a complete punk. Kakarot, we can't fight him, he's too powerful. Like, no, shut up, get your hands up and throw hands. Like, Vegeta, you're Vegeta. You should not be like scared of this man, no matter how powerful he is. That's not Vegeta. So I never really liked the original Broly movies, and as far as Broly as a character, I was like, whatever about it. Last night, after watching that movie, Broly has shot out to like my top 5 favorite characters in the series, and that says something. That says a lot. He has an actual backstory that makes a lot of sense. To give you a quick background on Broly, so essentially what happened was King Vegeta, when Vegeta was born, he was all like, oh yeah, look at this, this is my son, he's gonna be the next king, yada yada yada. And then he sees another pod, which is Broly. He goes, who's this? Send him away. Why is he next to my son? He shouldn't be in his vicinity. Then they end up scanning him and they realize, oh man, he's actually really, really powerful. To which King Vegeta gets jealous and he exiles him. He didn't just exile him, he sends him off to one of the most harshest planets in existence because he expected him to die. But that's obviously not what happens because obviously here we are with this movie. So what happens is Paragus sees that, you know, his son gets exiled, he goes after him, and he crash lands on a planet, and he can't actually escape. They're there for 41 years. For 41, imagine being on a planet for 41 years with no food, nothing to survive with, and all that's around you are like the most hostile creatures in existence. Now, obviously, those creatures aren't like on the powers of like Goku, Frieza, and stuff like that. But if you're like a child, and Paragus isn't a warrior, if you're a child and you're Paragus and you're just basically fighting to survive for that long, you can get pretty powerful. Obviously, Paragus kind of teaches Broly how to get strong and how to actually fight. And over time, from the harsh conditions living there, he becomes the powerful warrior that he is today. Of course, I'm talking about Broly here. But I'll get to more about that in a couple seconds. What I'm going to talk about right now also is the Bardock aspect of it. Now, it was revealed that when this movie came out that the intro was going to be very, very tragic. And going into this movie, I'm like, well, yeah, we've already seen this before. How many times do I have to see Planet Vegeta get destroyed without it being like, you know, reused 1,000 times? Like, we've seen that. Like, I love the intro and the story and the lore to the Planet Vegeta's fate, but they do it so right in this. And this is Dragon Ball Minus we're talking about. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't remember much of Dragon Ball Minus. I read it like once or twice when it first came out, and I honestly never cared about it. I know that it's like viewed very, very negatively in the community, so I never really cared about it. Like I said, I read it once, I was like, yeah, whatever, it's whatever, you know, it is what it is. But in this specific movie, I think they pulled it off really, really well. So to kind of give you an example, King Cole shows up to Planet Vegeta. He introduces King Vegeta to his son and goes, you know what, it's no longer the Cold Force, it is not a Frieza Force, my son is taking over. And this is like when we see Frieza in the actual trailer. He's all small. He doesn't have like his armor and everything. He was basically like a child essentially. And it's like, yeah, I'm gonna take it over. You know what? You know, you're my monkeys now. Essentially, is what he says. Then what ends up happening is we fast forward to 5 years. Apparently, Frieza's been asking around the story about the Super Saiyans, and he orders every single Saiyan except for Raditz, Nappa, 2 other guys, and then Vegeta. He orders everybody to come back. Now, this is why I love Bardock so much. Bardock is like, something's not right. I don't know, something's not right. And then as they're flying back, the other Saiyan, I forgot his name, he's like, yeah, apparently Frieza's been asking about the Super Saiyan story. And that's when Bardock is like, wait a minute, why? Like, it's just a fairy tale. And then it clicks. He goes, wait a minute, I don't trust it. Something's about to go down. So what happens is he goes up to Guinea, which, as you guys know, is Goku's mom, and he's like, you know what? I feel like something's just not right in my gut. I don't trust him. Everybody else is like, no, Frieza's not gonna betray us. Like, we literally steal planets from him. Why would he betray us? But Bardock's like, nah, I don't trust this man. Something's gonna go down. So he's talking to Guinea, and he's like, you know what? I think the best thing we can do is we're gonna send Kakarot off to another planet. If I'm wrong, I'll go find him. But if I'm right, I want him to survive. I want him to live on because he deserves it, you know. And Guinea's all like, well, he's a child, yada yada yada. But like, that part was so emotional that I actually almost cried. I'm gonna be honest with you, I almost cried during that part because they pulled it off so well. You can see like the raw relationship between Guinea, Bardock, and Goku, or Kakarot in this case, same character, whatever. You can feel the raw emotion. And like, I even talked to a couple people in the movie. Like, I remember there's a guy that sat in the middle. I forgot your name, I'm sorry, but he was all like, I have kids, and during that part, I'm gonna be honest with you, I cried. I felt that. So the emotion was so raw in this movie. So what ends up happening is that night when they're all ordered to come back, he puts Goku on in a space pod, sends him up to Earth, and he's like, you know what? If I'm wrong, I'll find you. The next morning, Frieza does a thing. He fires the Death Ball, or I guess in this case, a Supernova. So the big question that I've been seeing, I guess, a lot about the movie is will Bardock have his rebellion? And kind of. So what ends up happening is when the Death Ball is coming down, or the Supernova, same thing. When the Supernova is coming down from Frieza, Bardock does fly up, and he tries his hardest to stop it. He fires a blast, but obviously he just overpowers them, ultimately blowing up the planet. And even that part was sad, because you can tell, like he tried his entire heart out to stop this blast, and unfortunately he failed. So even that, I almost got emotional during that part. Like, I felt that. And again, we've seen this story so many times, yet watching that again, I don't know, I just felt that in my heart. It was just so sad. So, and then we always know how it ends. Now we get to the point where it's Kid Goku, and they fast forward to, you know, post Jiren, and here we are today. So they get word that the Dragon Balls were stolen, which they had 6 of them. And it looks like they sent their weakest warriors, so they couldn't like sense them essentially. And as they're about to get the 7th, Bulma's like, oh, I know what the 7th is. It's out here in the glacier area. So they go over there, and as they're getting ready to go over there, Frieza and his men are like, they're monitoring the solar system. They're not close enough so they don't get sensed, but they're just far enough to the point where Goku and Vegeta wouldn't know they were there. So what ends up happening is Chile, which is the green girl, I like to call her Space Bulma. Chile gets near the planet where Broly and Paragus were exiled, and she saves them. She brings in Frieza, she gets the reward, and Frieza's like, you know what, this could be a lot of fun. You know what, let's bring you down there, because they find out about the whole story between Paragus and stuff like that, Paragus and King Vegeta, and Paragus just wants to kill Vegeta. He just wants to take revenge on Vegeta, and the best way to do it is to kill his son, Vegeta, whatever. So he shows up, and this is the part where it gets interesting. They start to fight, and by the way, the relation that Chile gets with Broly is actually really, really cool too, because like, it's his first time being a friend. So Broly's not a bad guy. Broly basically survived for 41 years with his abusive dad. He's got the little collar around his neck, so whenever he acts out, Paragus would shock him and that would kind of calm him down. But the thing is Broly still loves his dad. There's even a point where Chile is like, why do you listen to him? Like, you know, he's a dick. Like, you just gotta stand up for yourself. He's like, hey, that's my dad. So the relationship between Paragus and Broly is already established. Despite how abusive he is, Broly loves his dad. So what ends up happening is Chile steals the little device that Paragus uses to shock him and breaks it. So what happens is as they start fighting against Vegeta and he starts losing, he tries to basically stop it, where he realizes that the device is gone, now he can't control his son. So what ends up happening is the reason why Broly is so powerful is his base power level is so massive, and he keeps adapting and getting stronger, and this is like his first time fighting like a real opponent. Yet for some reason, because he's so naturally talented at fighting, he keeps adapting to Vegeta. By the way, in my opinion, I love the Vegeta fight the most between his aspect and Goku's aspect, just because like they gave Vegeta a moment. Like I said, looking back at the original Broly movie and making Vegeta a punk, I did not like. But here it's the complete opposite. Vegeta is throwing hands the entire time, and it's absolutely insane. So what ends up happening is Broly keeps adapting. Vegeta goes from base form to Super Saiyan God, which was really epic, by the way, all the way up to Blue. And yet Broly's still adapting. He's getting stronger and stronger. Apparently what happens is he gets so angry that he gains access to basically becoming a grade 8 without transforming, which of course, as you guys know, is a multiplier to his level. So if you take his base power level, multiply it by which I believe is 10x, multiply it by the grade 8 transformation without going grade 8. This is why Broly keeps adapting. And now Goku jumps in, and they're fighting back and forth, and once again, it's like, it's base form Super Saiyan. I believe he goes Super Saiyan 2, I'm not really sure. There is no Super Saiyan 3, all the way up to Super Saiyan Blue. And the whole time, is like, as they're fighting him, it's like they're still like one step ahead of him. So like when they go Super Saiyan Blue and Super Saiyan Blue and Super Saiyan God for both Goku and Vegeta, they're beating Broly. But again, he keeps adapting. Now here's when it gets real. This is where it gets real. Frieza kills Paragus because he remembers that Krillin, when he died, it caused Goku to go Super Saiyan, and that's where like the true rage came from. So he kills Paragus. He tells Broly that, oh no, like one of the stray bullets or blasts hit your dad. Now he's dead. This causes this man to go absolutely crazy, and this is when he actually transforms. And now you're dealing with crazy base power level Broly with the Super Saiyan multiplier. It gets pretty wild. Now it's like, oh snap, like we can't do this. So Goku and Vegeta team up. They're still losing, and like Broly's completely in rage mode right now. So what ends up happening is Goku just kind of like keeps running away. He flies in front of Frieza with Broly behind him, and then instant transmission to Piccolo. So what ends up happening is because the next person that Broly sees is Frieza, Broly starts giving Frieza the hands. Now for the next hour, which is kind of funny, for the next hour, Frieza's getting destroyed. Now I'm gonna be honest with you, they don't really focus too much on the Frieza fight. We just see him basically getting beat up. But for the next hour, Piccolo is teaching Goku and Vegeta how to do the fusion dance. The first time they failed, they become, I believe, they became Fat Gogeta, or I guess Veku. And then the second time, they became a skinny version. So each time they have to wait 30 minutes. Meanwhile, the whole time, you got Broly beating the dog piss out of Frieza. And also, you see a little bit of Whis action as well. Whis just kind of dodging, buying time. And then Gogeta shows up. And Gogeta gives this man the hands of a lifetime. And by the way, this is a lot of fighting. I believe the movie was like around, it felt like it was like 2 hours long. I didn't check what the actual runtime was. But over those 2 hours, at least like an hour-ish was a pure fight. Including the Gogeta fight itself. Was a long fight. It wasn't like a 30-second thing like we saw in Fusion Reborn. It was a fully fleshed out fight. We see Gogeta in his base form. We see him go Super Saiyan. We see him go Super Saiyan Blue. It gets so wild to the point where they literally break the dimension and they fight in an alternate dimension for like a couple of minutes. It just goes back and forth. But it is clear that Gogeta was absolutely superior to Broly. Now, there is a debate you can probably toss out there that says if Broly would have kept fighting Gogeta, would he have potentially gotten stronger to the point where he adapted to him? It's possible. However, at this point, Gogeta is so powerful that when he ends up fighting him, he's just winning completely. And to the point where he almost does get the kill by charging up at Kamehameha. And last second, Chile, who had the Dragon Balls, because she was ordered by Frieza to take the Dragon Balls back into the planet, or into his ship, she grabs the Dragon Balls, she makes the wish, and she orders him to be saved and sent back to the planet where he basically grew up. That's how they save him. And that's how the movie ends. Well, that's not how it ends yet, but that's how the fight ends. So what ends up happening is essentially, Broly doesn't die at the end. And Goku being Goku, he ends up finding them. He instant transmission over there. Chile and Limo, I think that's his name, the other guy, end up finding Broly. It's like they're becoming kind of a family, friends essentially. He finds him and goes, why are you here? It's like, well, I love the fact that I'm over here trying to break my limits and now I fight Broly. And he basically shows me that there's more way to get stronger. As long as you keep letting me fight Broly at some point in the future, I'm down to help you guys. So he gives them basically a capsule to live in and kind of food and stuff to kind of survive. Because again, Planet Vampa, where they were at, was so harsh that if you were anybody else, you probably wouldn't survive. But obviously, Broly being Broly, he's good. Now, as far as Frieza's probably not going to go anywhere near Broly anytime soon because obviously the power level difference was just so massive. But Broly's here to stay. And at the end, you definitely see the moment. You see the absolute moment of like the friendship between both Goku and Broly, and it kind of starts to unfold. Like, hey, as long as you keep letting me come here to fight him a couple times, we'll be good. And that's how the movie ends. Well, at the end, they ask him, who are you? He goes, my name is Goku, but you can call me Kakarot. And the reason why this is so powerful, probably my favorite line in the movie, is because this is the first time in the series where Goku embraces Saiyan heritage. And what a better way to do it than to do it to Broly. I feel like you could have said it to Vegeta as well at some point, but like, you get the point. But yeah, ultimately, this movie was great. Something else I love is how much backstory there is to Broly. Even the little green pelt he has a story. And this part, the pelt had me emotional. You know why? So there's a point where we see Chile, she like take off this dirty pelt, and like, the second she touches it, he freaks out. And then they tell the story later that the pelt came from one of the animals on Planet Vampa that Broly was training with, and at some point he develops a relationship. Basically, it's like equivalent to that was Broly's like pet. What ends up happening is Paragus, because he's a prick, Paragus ends up saying stuff like, you know, he's just a training monster for you, he should not be friends, and he shoots him. When he shoots him, he shoots his ear off, and basically it sends Ba, that's his name, into a rage, and then basically killed the relationship that Ba had with Broly. So essentially the pelt that he has is just from the animal's ear, and it's like a reminder of the only friend he's ever had. And when they told that story, man, I got a dog, I love my dog. When they first told that story, I was like, I'm about to cry again, like this is so beautiful. So even the pelt has backstory. They made Broly really, really cool. And like, looking back at it again, this is why I think this is my favorite anime movie of all time. And again, that says a lot. You have so many movies out there you can toss up there, but look, it's up there for me. It's absolutely up there for me. You might disagree with me right now, because if you haven't seen the movie, obviously it's easy to disagree. But even if you see the movie, it's possible for you to disagree, which is fine. It's perfectly okay. Comment section below. Let me know what your favorite anime movie is of all time. Again, there is no wrong opinion. But in my opinion, in my heart, after watching the movie from start to finish, I feel so strong about this. Even Nana will tell you, it was a good movie.
Will.
Yeah.
I agree. Favorite anime movie ever.
Yeah, and again, I talked to a bunch of people after the movie. It's like, is it just me? Is this hype talking, or is this like movie really, really good? Yes, like everybody that was around, big shout out to Bardock, Afro, Sanju, Nano, C-Rex, everybody was like, yeah, no, this is it. This movie is it. For the love of God, give us more. Now, honestly, I feel like there's no ending credits because I saw people asking me, but I feel like looking at the movie, there's no way that they're not going to do another Broly movie at some point. The question is how. Frieza's still alive in the end, excuse me. Frieza's still alive in the end, which I don't know why that doesn't mean be alive, because at the end you literally watch him destroy another planet, and it's like, Goku, Vegeta, yeah, that doesn't mean still alive. But everything else was great. There was a lot of comedy moments between like Goku and Vegeta. There's emotion, you might cry yourself. The action was great. The story was amazing. The backstory, like this is everything I've ever wanted in a movie for Dragon Ball, and I think they executed it really, really well. So yeah, I guess now the big test is how will this survive over time. But like, I'm confident when I say that this movie is going to survive a long time, especially in my heart, because again, it takes a lot for a movie to make me emotional. It takes a lot for a movie to make me like so invested in it. And at no point in that movie did it feel like it was dragging on. Because I remember like watching Battle of Gods and Resurrection after this part, so I was like, just get to it. Not once did I feel like about that in this movie. So that tells you something. So yeah. Wow, I talked a lot. I expect this movie to be like 7 minutes long, but here we are like 17 minutes, so hopefully this wasn't too long. But again, I wanted to convey the emotions I felt last night, and this is the best way to do it. So in the comment section below, let me know any questions you might have, any thoughts, your favorite anime movies of all time, and then we can kind of discuss down below. But again, there's no such thing as a wrong opinion. Your opinion can be opposite from mine or from others. Whatever is your opinion is your opinion. And in my opinion, the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie is the best anime movie of all time, and I don't know, I just feel real strong about that. So with that said, hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed today's video, and if you're hyped for the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. If you have any questions, you can tweet me at Rhymestyle or just drop me a comment down below. As always, thank you for watching. Have a nice day. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.